Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, the 15th day of March 2023, Wednesday of the third week of Lent. It is the 18th day of Lent. Coming to you two this morning, I was just looking over there, coming to you this morning on this very, very chilly morning. Well, chilly enough for North Carolina. This very chilly morning. In front of the friary. You can see a dogwood is coming into bloom over here. It is quite lovely. Again, spring always comes earlier to Carolina than it does. Well, it comes earlier to Carolina because where Carolina is. So spring comes even earlier in other places. But it's coming earlier this year, I think, because the weather has been so crazy. But now it went from warm to being cold, and now it's like it just is all over the place. So the dogwoods, the red maple over there, very good Japanese maple, and then another one that's over here on this side. So quite little lovely part of our landscaping here at the Rectory Friary. So in any event, today, Wednesday of the third week of Lent, teaching. It's again, it's a very interesting kind of concept to look at perhaps during Lent, when we're always just focused upon our failings and then our fasting and our having to go to the sacrament of penance and everything else like that. But no, it's about teaching, Jesus says. In Deuteronomy, or the Gospel says, or the readings say, in Deuteronomy, God speaks through Moses about basically remembering what it is that they have been taught, and to teach, their children the importance, of such things, and to keep teaching, because it is through the teaching of what is good that the people thrive. It is through the teaching of what is good that God's presence becomes known to people. It is through the teaching of what is good that the work of God is made manifest, in this world, in all creation. And then the same way in Matthew's gospel today, Jesus basically says to those who would object to his teaching as being antithetical or contrary to the law of Moses or whatever it is, that basically Jesus says that he has not come to wipe all that away, but to fulfill it, to do what it says should be done, rather than just focusing upon the words themselves. It's to put the words into action, and to make the words into something that allows for life, that allows for the joy of being a part of creation, being a part of God's life, to be something that is felt and experienced and realized in people's lives. And so the wonderful thing about this reading, and we heard it earlier in this year, is that everyone is a part of this reign of God. Everyone is a part of this kingdom of God, because Jesus says within this that, again, in your teaching of the law, if you teach people not to obey it and to go astray from the law, you'll be least in the kingdom of heaven. But you're still in the kingdom of heaven. And again, those of you who teach to follow and to make sure that everybody understands, to make sure everybody lives the law of Christ and allows that law to give life to themselves and to others, well, then you're the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. But the problem is, or the reality is that everyone is a part of this. Again, a God who would basically say, you no longer matter to me and you are gone from me and I want nothing to do with you, would mean that God has failed. And God does not fail. God cannot fail, because God is God. And so the wonderful insight of this reading from Mark's Gospel, or from Matthew's Gospel, again, is the inclusivity of God's message, is the inclusivity of what it is that God is doing. God is not about separating us from others, separating the holy from the unholy. God is about bringing things together, uniting what has fallen apart. A very Franciscan ideal, which Francis took from God. But that is the whole point, perhaps of Lent, is again to think about ways in which we bring together, in ways in which we build up, in ways in which we, again, fulfill God's law by letting that law take root in our lives and letting it give life and love and joy to ourselves that we can share with others. A wonderful understanding of Lent, a wonderful understanding of what it means to be a believer in this world. Because to be a believer in this world is someone who thinks differently. Lent is challenging us to think differently again and again and again. And out of that difference in thought, the reign of God, the wonder of God, the glory of God is revealed in our midst. And may the Lord give you his peace.